What is good, people? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Big Dre. As you don't know, I'm a footballer. My channel is all about crypto, the metaverse, NFTs, just helping you lot make some money online. As you don't know, we got to go through the intro every time for legal purposes. You get me? For legal purposes. So you got to make sure you watch this video all the way to the end. Yeah, all the way. Don't skip it out because it will be interesting. It will be entertaining and you'll learn something new. So if you like any of the things I've mentioned, please hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bell on, and hit the like button down below. And remember, guys, this is not financial advice. Man, not a financial advisor. You could lose all your money. You could also make a lot of money. Anything's possible in the world of crypto, you know. So, guys, XRP, the gift that just keeps on giving. The gift that just keeps on giving. So, there's two things to actually speak about. Yeah. So, XRP, obviously, but also the fact that in the past, say 24 hours, actually, Bitcoin's really done. It's done numbers, mate. It's done bits. So if we have a look at it, Bitcoin now, I'm going to show you lot. It's done bits, bruv. It's done bits. Look. So literally, Bitcoin has done this. It's gone all the way. Oh, let me take it off from the daily chart. From 28K, yeah, all the way up to, I think it was roughly like 33,000 and something. So that's a big rally. Yeah, that is a big, very big rally. And we'll go into the reasons as to why this has happened. But if you guys remember when we had the Fed meeting back in February, because we're actually in March now, I said to you guys there will be some sort of actually was it end of sorry, it was actually the end of January, sorry. But I said to you guys there will be a rally, but it will be short lived. I did say it to you guys, there will be a rally, but it will be short lived. So now the reason why Bitcoin is doing what it's doing is because the head of state in the EU, yeah, also as well as the US Treasury, but I'll get into that one as well. But basically, the West have decided they're going to impose some sanctions on Russia or some Russian banks so that they can't use the SWIFT payment system. Yeah, and obviously the SWIFT payment system is what most of these international countries use. Yeah, most of them use the SWIFT payment system. A la SWIFT, okay? Now, they're imposing bans on some of the banks. Now, do not read into the media too much because as much as they're saying they're banning Russian banks, they're not doing that. Yeah. They're going to impose some limitations, yeah, some restrictions, because it's all about paper at the end of the day. Yeah, it's all about paper. And they make a lot of money from Russia using the SWIFT payment system. So they're not just going to completely cut them off. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Now, look, guys, Bitcoin surged. I told you, big surge in the price. Yeah, because of all the sanctions that's being announced. Now, the Treasury, they obviously announced some sanctions on Russian banks, or Russia's central bank, actually. Now, I want you to take note of this because the reason why everyone is putting money into crypto is simply because they feel because Russia's being, there's a lot of restrictions being placed on their ability to move money around. They're going to turn to crypto. They're not going to turn to crypto, but this is what people feel is going to happen. Yeah, they feel Russia is going to turn to crypto. Let me turn off the sound on this. Now, I want you lot to understand there's not enough money in crypto for Russia to use crypto as its main source of, or its main currency, I should say. But what I do want you to understand is if Russia does try and use crypto, yeah, mainly as its main source of currency, we might see the US Treasury Department, yeah, placing some sort of sanctions on crypto. Because how can you control that? Yeah, we might see something like that happen. Now, if that happens, not a good day for any of us. That is not going to be a good day for any of us. Yeah, so realistically, what we want to see is Swift ease up. Yeah, Swift just ease up so that we can all go back to normal. Yeah, everything just go back to being hokey dory again. Which is why I said XRP is a gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, see the hand? You see that? wrong side of the camera. You get me? This one. I can't even. Yeah. Anyway, you get me. The gift still keeps on getting right. Now look at this. Let me show you something. This is from finance feeds. As you don't know, in most of my videos, I put them in there because they do have some good information. You know what I'm saying? They have very, very good information. Now, if you don't know who Mr. Garlinghouse, or he's actually, I think his name's Brad Garlinghouse. If you don't know who he is, he's the CEO of RippleNet. Who are the ones who own XRP? Now, in light of all this stuff going on with the Russia-Ukraine situation, now I'm not going to give my opinion. As I said, this is not politics channel. Yeah, I've told you that before in my previous videos. I don't do politics. You know what I'm saying, but it's all just hype. Yeah, all these places jumping on, banning Russia. It's all just about hype. It's the thing to do, so everyone's doing it. There's not really any real reason behind it for most of them. Yeah, just keep that in mind. So, Mr. Garlinghouse has said, to clear the confusion, RippleNet, while being able to do much more than just message à la Swift, yeah, abides by international law and the OFAC sanctions. Yeah, because if we just scroll up a second, you have a little read of this paragraph here. Yeah, it says, Ripple's XRP comes to mind as a potential substitute not only for its overall popularity in crypto, but because it's fast, cheap to settle, unlike Bitcoin. So obviously, they're putting a ban on Russia, the sanctions on Russia. So everyone's thinking, XRP to the moon. So in one sense, yes, but in another sense, they got to make it look like they're being compliant. Whether or not they're actually going to do that, guys, that remains to be seen. But they're going to make it look like they are, yeah. Now, there's a Twitter thread I wanted you to read, yeah. This is Ashish Burla's Twitter post. I want you to take this in. I think this is good information. Now, in the past few days, we've seen some say that Russia could potentially evade sanctions and get around SWIFT by using crypto. And as I said, it's not going to happen. But we're going to get into it in this little segment here. Number one. You get me? I can't even put my hand in the camera properly. All right, cool. So number one, crypto is only becoming more and more trackable, yeah, by governments. So in terms of them being able to use the crypto to get around somehow, yes, they may be able to do it initially, but it's going to become very, very difficult to do so. Number two, there isn't enough global liquidity to support that claim. Yeah, we're going to get into that. There's another segment which he speaks about. Now, on and off ramps are by large regulated financial institutions, and they abide by the OFAC laws, yeah, or legislations, whatever they put in place. So just to give you a second, to back up that second point, Russia conducts nearly 50 billion FX transactions a day. Bitcoin, yeah, our largest one, the biggest one out of all of them, as we all know. Yeah. All the other coins are called altcoins. I can't even speak English. All the other coins are called altcoins. But Bitcoin is called Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin does between 20 and 50 million a day. You might say, yeah, but it gets up to 50 million. Yes, up to. But it needs to be able to do a minimum of 50 billion in order to even have a shot at replacing as Russia's main currency. Yeah, so if you even have a look at this graph right here, yeah, you can see, so the blue line is Binance BTC RUB, then you've got Bitstamp BTC USD and Bitstamp BTC EUR. You can have a little look at that graph if you want, but the most important thing to take away from this is this little section here. Hopefully you lot can see that. Let me try and highlight it. So if you were spending $200,000, $200,000 every minute, yep, And assuming that the BTC RUB market was resilient enough to immediately replenish that stock, which it won't, which it won't. If it did, Bitcoin's price wouldn't be so volatile. Okay, you're still nowhere near 50 billion a day. Yeah, the total average for the past month for BTC RUB has been 11 million. We're still very, very far away. Yeah, Swift is one part of the equation here. This is the last little paragraph. Banning some Russian banks from using Swift does complicate them out. Yeah, but let's not forget, Russia has had ample time to prepare. They knew what they was going to do. Yeah, so they knew this was coming, sanctions were coming, so they had time to prepare. Sorry. So they set up direct banking relationships in Asia and elsewhere in order to get around those sanctions. But anyway, guys, as I said, this is going to be good news for XRP holders because it's a very good payment system, you know what I'm saying? And as much as they're saying they're complying with the OFC sanctions, of course they can comply with the OFC sanctions. Doesn't stop Russia from using it though. But let's see what happens. If Swift, take a U-turn, it's going to be good for crypto. But if Swift doesn't take a U-turn, we could potentially see the Treasury, the US Treasury, digging into crypto. And that is not going to be good for any of us. But anyway, guys, I'll keep you lot updated. Yeah, as I told you lot, when the war first started, it was fresh. Yeah, so everything's going to drop. But we'll know within the next 2-3 weeks, what's going to happen. It hasn't even been a week. A lot of things happen. Anyway, it's been your boy Big Dre. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. And remember, it's in the source. Just buy the dip.